Okay, here's, I'm going to do a quick review, kind of an in-car review on my Blackvue DR550. This is the Wi-Fi unit 2-channel. You can see it's sitting there behind, it's kind of more straight back view behind my rear view mirror. They have come out with new versions of this already. It's been about a year since I've had it. So I think there was like a 650 or whatever, but I'm not going to talk about the specs or anything like that. I'm just going to talk about the actual function of this unit, because some of you might have seen my other video on using a GoPro as a dash cam, which to my surprise has over like 100,000 views now. I don't know how that happened. I guess people are curious about that as the popularity of GoPros increases and people are trying to use that camera in all kinds of different versatile situations. So this right here, and I will say this, and I was pretty impressed with how the GoPro acted, but this is a much better system. I'm trying to get it to focus there on there. So this is the Wi-Fi unit. It is 2-channel. I'll show you how I have it routed around my car. I'm in a 2013 Corolla. The GoPro, I was using that in a Jeep, a 97 Jeep. And then I got approached by this company, Blackvue, to take a look at this product, and I have been super impressed with it. The quality of the video is excellent in my opinion. Can the low light be better? Always. I think that's, I mean, unless you're gonna mount a Canon like a Mark II or Mark III in here, I mean, you're not gonna get the blacks that everyone wants. You're not gonna get the deep black color, the whites that everyone wants, and the low light functionality. But you know what? This thing works, and my purpose for this is, I'll show you the back one. My purpose for this is for accidents, insurance issues, maybe some sort of a police issue comes up. Might help if I turn some light on. Who knows what I might need it for. But one of the coolest features of this system is, let me show you the outside as well. One of the coolest features of this system is the Wi-Fi capability. That's what it looks like from the front. So there's an app that you download on your phone, and the user function on it, I mean the user interface and everything on it's not the greatest that I've ever seen. I actually haven't played around with it in a little bit, so they might have updated it some. But right there, let's say you get pulled over, right there on the spot, you can show the officer exactly how fast you were going, everything, and it goes down to time too. So this system is recording time and your speed. It uses GPS to record your speed. So you can actually prove that. I don't know if that would hold up in court or not, but I mean, better to have it than not have it in my opinion. That's one of the coolest things on there, and you can also, it runs off an SD card. You can just pull the SD card out, micro SD. I believe I have a 32 gig in there. Just pull that SD card out, put it in your computer. You've got the clips. Now here, I don't even know if you can see, the camera is right there. Try and get a silhouette of it a little bit. So I like the fact that the rear camera is barely seen at all. The front one can be seen if you're looking. And yeah, could I black out the mount and the front? Yeah, I could, if I really wanted to, and I might. I just haven't really felt the need to do that. Let me get out of the wind a little bit here. But so far, like I said, I'm really happy with this system. It's served me well so far. Let me show you around how I have it routed. So there's two, let's see if we can see that right there. So there's two wires going in, one for the power that's coming down right there into my cigarette lighter. So I have that wire routed around from the inside of my car, kind of under my headliner, down. That's one of the only clips I needed right there. I do apologize if it's unfocusing a little bit. See if I can lock it in. Okay. Then I've got it running down here, down to here. The wire's exposed there, but no one can really tell. No one's ever really noticed it unless I pointed it out. And I've got it running behind the weather stripping, down through the bottom of the car, under the floor mat, and then back up, and then into the cigarette lighter. Very, I mean, honestly, no one's going to really see it. And I did all this myself. I'm not a professional installer or anything like that. I did all this myself. Thankfully, the wires fit and everything's okay. I went all summer, no heating issues, nothing melting, Nothing like that. Nothing like that's been an issue. So for the rear camera, same deal. Routed it around, routed it down, then around. Actually, no, I'm sorry. Routed it down and over, and I went up to the weather stripping, up to here, cross over right here. I need to tighten it up a little bit. Back up over. I hit it behind where you see those two pieces come together, and then behind the headliner, all the way over to the rear camera. Absolutely perfect. System comes on whenever you turn the car on, obviously with the light, with the cigarette lighter. Something that the GoPro does not do. Again, GoPro was not designed to be a dash cam. And I know my review, if you saw it, I'm a little favorable on it, but I guess I was more in favor of actually just having a dash cam period, and I happen to have a GoPro. And then I discovered this system and kind of started understanding that dash cams is an actual part of business. Like dash cams are pretty huge, more so overseas. A lot of debate on the comment section of my GoPro video about why Russians have dash cams. Some people say they have to, whatever, insurance purposes. People will throw themselves in front of cars to collect money, whatever. Doesn't really matter to me. For me, it's to prove that I was not at fault in an accident. If I was at fault, I don't know if I would say that I had a dash cam, but I guess we'll leave that up to each individual. But so just a little bit more about this actual system. So you can turn off audio recording while it's on, and let me unplug it here. Very simply, you just unplug the two wires. There's a button in the front right here. Push it out, and then the whole system comes out. And you can see right there, that's the micro SD. That's the button to turn Wi-Fi on and off, and then your two power inserts. So, and then while it's in the cradle up there, you can tilt it any way you want. That's why all these rivets are here. But you can just move your finger over this while it's on, and it'll say audio recording on, audio recording off. And again, like I said, it's the quality, I believe, you know, it's been great to me. I've looked it up, I've taken this down, put it on my computer, looked at the quality. I'll actually try and roll some footage in here of me driving around. And the quality's been great. I mean, I can't complain. Like I said, unless we're getting a 5D Mark III in here, I mean, who's going to mount that in their car? So I don't know, maybe technology will finally get to where low light quality is better in these smaller sensors, but for now and for the money, I believe this one now, this used to be a $400 unit, this 2-channel unit Wi-Fi. I believe now it's like $250 on Amazon, and I'll try and roll over I'll put a link in the description, and I'll try and roll over a picture. But now there's a $650, and it looks like that one's like in the $400 range. I don't really know what the specs are on all that, but like I said, I'm not going to get into the specs of everything because it doesn't really matter. Because the actual just idea of having a dash cam in your car is a decision you have to make. And for me personally, and I guess Petasoft is the company, for me personally, I'm always going to have a dash cam in every car that I ever own from now on. It's just a really it's kind of a safety feature for me. Like, it's kind of a rest assured feeling that I know that if I'm sitting at a stoplight, someone throws their car in reverse, hits me, tries to say that I ran into the back of them to collect some money off of me, whatever. Especially maybe some of you guys are driving Porsches around, or Lamborghinis, or Ferraris, or Audis, or BMWs, whatever. The more expensive cars, they're going to automatically know that you have some money and you can afford it to deal with the insurance and all that stuff. They're going to try and get some money from you. This might be a good idea for you, to just be able to have this so that you can prove it. And I actually need to call my insurance company to see if they will give me some sort of a lower rate because of this too. I heard that that's a possibility. Mounting right here, just some double-faced tape. In the summer, I do live in Florida, so in the summer this will get a little loose. You'll be able to see the glue kind of start to get a little loosey-goosey up there. But I believe this whole unit right here you can get on Amazon for like 25 bucks to replace that. But like I said, I went all summer with it. When I got in the car, after the heat's been beating on it, I would like kind of mash it in a little bit just to make sure it stayed in place. But I didn't have any issues. And I'm actually glad I didn't post a review to this unit immediately after I got it. I'm glad I waited through the whole summer, and now we're still in wintertime, and so I can really say my experience with this thing after living with it for so long in my car. So like I said, benefit is it comes on automatically when you turn the car on. Got a lot of comments about that in the comments for the GoPro video. Another thing, that one of the downfalls that I don't really like, and maybe it's because I don't fully understand, is how the system does its recording. So instead of just every time you turn the car on, it starts a new clip, this thing does like, it records bits and pieces of different things like events. There's a parking mode. There's different modes that I just don't really understand yet. I wish it would just, every time I turn the car on, it's one clip until I turn the car off. But whenever you go onto the app and look at all the clips that this thing recorded, you know, there might be a 1 minute clip here, a 2 minute clip whenever you were sitting at the stoplight, a car passed by. It uses like some sort of a motion sensing thing to create a clip whenever a car goes by or whatever. So I'm not really the biggest fan of that, but again, it could just be because I don't fully understand it and I haven't really spent the time with the thing in front of me in my computer. The app on the computer is great. The app on the phone that you connect to Wi-Fi, so this becomes a Wi-Fi, like a hotspot, just no internet obviously. You just connect to your Wi-Fi on your phone, open the app up, you can change a whole bunch of settings, you can change a lot of sensitivity of this thing, the sensitivity of the motion and detection and all that kind of stuff. It sounds, you can have it say every time you turn the car on, Blackvue on or off or whatever it says. I turned all that off. The only thing that it says for me is audio on, audio off, and if I press the button on the side for Wi-Fi on or off. If it gets full, you hold the button down. Actually, before it gets full, if I know it's been a while since I've deleted the card, it doesn't have a loop mode that I know of, and I'm kind of glad for that. I don't want it to have a loop mode. I don't want it to loop over and then maybe I needed a clip of something or whatever. I want to be responsible for that, so I'm glad it doesn't automatically do that. The GoPro does have that option if you wanted to. So before it fills up, every like once a week or so, I'll hold the Wi-Fi button down for 10 seconds. It goes through a format setup and it just formats the SD card. If you let the SD card completely get full, in my experience, it says something like SD card full and it keeps repeating itself, so I unplug it, gotta pull it out, go to my computer, delete the SD card. It's a bit of a pain, so it's a lot easier just to do it. I actually just did it yesterday. It's easier to just delete it in the car while you're still driving. I'm just like you guys. Whenever I'm wanting to buy something, I like to do a lot of reviews on it first, and or I like to look up a lot of reviews and do my research, know what I'm spending my hard-earned cash on. So I hope that this has been beneficial for you guys. If you have any questions, please post in the comments. I'm usually pretty good at getting back to everyone with their questions in the comments on the YouTube videos. I don't know where I'm at with, I think I'm hitting like 500 subscribers, most of which are probably spam or something, so I don't really care about that a whole lot. But I do appreciate you watching. I do appreciate you subscribing. And whenever I find things that are interesting to me, I like to do a review on them. You might see some other ones on my channel that might interest you. And as things come up to me, I like to do reviews on them. So I don't really try and force a review on anything like a lot of channels do. But maybe that's why they have millions of subscribers and I don't, so whatever. But I do appreciate you guys watching, and again, any questions, please just go ahead and ask, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. But thanks for watching Tech Smart.